some time ago I made this Moxin vise and I really like it. It brings the work up higher so you can get to it easier. I added dog holes so that I could have holy dogs and clamp down my workpiece. The only thing I do not like about it is that the Acme threaded rod is stationary where the handles move. And quite honestly, I don't care for that too terribly much. The reason is because what happens is you got something clamped down and then you got this rod sticking out and you can't really get close to the vise. So what I think I'm going to do is keep the camera on this. Is I'm going to go ahead and drill 2 or 3 holes in the back part of this handle, and I'm going to put a set screw in. Then I'm going to tighten that set screw with the handle almost all the way out. Let's see, like just about there, right? Then I'm going to flip this thing over, and on the back I'm going to remove this second bolt. Now that's almost everything I need to do. The last thing I will have to do is I'm going to have to attach this washer so that there's another bolt embedded into the wood, and I'm going to attach that washer so that that bolt doesn't back out over time. Once that's done, I think this Moxin vise will be much better than it is now. So that's my project for today. Alright, so what I have done is, I don't know if it shows up on the camera, but I put a Sharpie mark all the way around the base of this. And what that's going to do is indicate about how deep I want to drill my hole. So put that into the a wooden vise here, and I have this center punch, and it's a spring load, so I can just press down. And what I usually do is do it 3 times. Makes a nice little divot. And then I'll just go ahead and drill that out. Now when I drill it out, I'm going to drill it out very slowly, and because I'm drilling metal and I don't want to use up all my project for today. So there we go. So here we go. And we'll repeat that 2 more times. Okay, so next step is going to be tapping out these 3 holes. Now the screws I decided on are number 10, 24 threads per inch. One of the problems I have is my tap set that I purchased says the number 10, 24 threads per inch. I needed to drill a hole that is metric number 25 or 3.80 millimeters. Well, I don't have that metric drill bit, or I could use a 0.1495 English measurement, and that turns out to be like something like 19/127ths of an inch, and I don't have that either. So what I did is I drilled out a 9/64 inch hole, which is the largest hole I could drill that's still smaller than the limits. So that's what I have, and this worked. I already did one of the handles. And the way you do this is you're going to put your tap into the hole, and you need to press, especially at the beginning, and you're going to get that tap started. There he goes. And then after you get a little bit in, you're going to back out a little bit and go a little further, and back out a little bit and go a little further. And you just keep doing that until you go all the way through. And this just basically clears the tap threads so that you don't bind up. Now, if I had a Moxin vise that I could clamp this onto, it would make it easier. But right now, there's no clamping on my Moxin vise. And you do this, and we're almost through. And you can see it coming through the hole. Oops, sorry. And we're through. That's good enough. And now I need to do that 2 more times. So the next step here is going to be adding a little bit of Loctite to the threads here. Insert the handle until right about there should do it. And I already put some Loctite on this screw, so just tighten that up until I can't tighten it anymore. Take another screw. Little dab of Loctite. Thread it in. There we go. And then one final screw on the bottom. Same story. It's kind of convenient because I gotta flip it over anyways. So here we go, Loctite. Thread the screw in. There we go. Those aren't going anywhere. Now, it is physically impossible for a man to tighten something without saying it's not going anywhere. So just for your information. Now the next step is I need to remove these outer nuts, and then once that's removed, then secure this washer in place so that the inner nut does not work itself out. That's what we'll do now. Hopefully I didn't Loctite either one of these nuts. I don't think I did actually, but we'll find out. Here we go. And I did. Look at that. But it doesn't matter that much. Look at that. That's going to be much better. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the other side as well, and figure out a way to There we go. So when I put the nuts into the Moxin Vise body, I did the nuts on the face side and not on the back side. So what I decided to do is I put some thin CA glue in the edges, and then I also added 3 screws to hold it down. I think that's going to suffice. Now it's a matter of putting it back together. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and align it up. And now my recent addition here just screws in. And now it's, as I screwed in, the ends it goes with it, which means now I don't have to worry about it sticking out when I'm trying to do joinery, which I already like it much better. I had previously put Loctite on these threaded bolts, and they're kind of tight right now, but they'll loosen up. Alrighty, I love it. And now I won't jam myself with those protruding bars. It does everything it did before, but it's better.
Looks nice.
Good. Finally, after every woodworking project, you should always count your fingers. You end with 10. Good job.